evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Adelphi College at midfield here on Long Island for our USW action between the Long Island Rough Riders and the Connecticut Rush here on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to anyone watching today. These two sides have both faced off against the second place Connecticut Fusion in the last couple of days. The Rough Riders coming out of that match as a 2-2 draw, and the Rush giving the Fusion their first loss of the season, a 2-1 win just 3 days prior to this match, as the teams getting ready now to walk onto the pitch. The Rough Riders in their all-white strip and the Connecticut Fusion in their blue and white striped tops, blue shorts, and blue socks. But let's go ahead now and we'll take a look at the UWS table. And as you can see, the Connecticut Fusion that both of these sides have faced off against, second place in the table, the Rough Riders down there in 11th, but have picked up a couple draws in their last couple of matches, still looking for their first win of the season. The Connecticut Rush on a bit of a hot streak, still undefeated this season, not a loss to their name. And here are both sides walking out onto the pitch as kickoff will be getting underway just momentarily. But before so, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Long Island Rough Riders. Two changes for Coach Stephen Rush. It starts with Melissa Guglielmo in the net. Number 15, Amanda Buck, the fullback. Kimberly Mara, the captain, center back. Kelly Ambrosi, number 20, also at center back. And Sage Diatrell finishing that back four. Michelle Winecki will be supporting the back four in the midfield. Jordan Littleboy, 2 assists in the last match. She will start at the right midfield position. Alexa Schneider, the number 10, will mirror her on the left side of the pitch. One of the two changes, Christina Tesoro will start in the attacking midfield position. And the second change for the Rough Riders, Elizabeth Cruz starting up top alongside Janine Nunez. And for the Rough Riders, they will continue with that 4-4-2 shape, that diamond in midfield. And we'll take a look at the reserves now for the Rough Riders. Number 0, Taylor Elliott. Number 3, Nicole Bermudez. Number 8, Claudia Cognina. Christina Dutcher goes to the bench for this match. Nina Carlomusto. The backup goalkeeper, Lucy Gillette. Christina Bolero, number 16. And Stephanie Sangaris, number 24, will round out the substitutes here for the Rough Riders. And we are just a few minutes away from kickoff here at Adelphi, and we will join you for that first kick in just a few moments. Back here getting ready for kickoff, the Rough Riders in their white tops, white shorts, and white socks, kicking from left to right to start this match. Connecticut in the blue and white striped top, blue shorts, and blue socks. Looks like it'll be a 4-3-2-1 or a 4-2-3-1 for the Connecticut Rush. Now, as mentioned, they gave the Connecticut Fusion their first loss of the season. The Rough Riders had a fearsome 2-2 draw with the Fusion last time out. So we'll see how these two sides match up, and we are underway here. Rough Riders still looking for their first win on the season in UWS. There's a long ball forward. A couple running into Tesoro. Looking to win the race there, but that one will be shepherded out by Connecticut. That'll be an early throw in here. Buck with the throw in here. Back to Tesoro. Buck just losing that battle out on the wing, and it'll go out for another Rough Rider throw. But thrown into no man's land a little bit, and Connecticut will have their first opportunity to push up. And really good pressure there in the middle by Little Boy. And the Rough Riders with some really good pressure up top so far, but making Connecticut a little bit flustered at the back, but they will come away with possession now down this near side. And good ball cut out there by Mara. That'll be a throw in here on the near side as we wait to get a ball in. Tesserera. Tracy with the throw in. Connecticut look to go long. And Little Boy does well to knock that one out of play and was last off a rush player, and it'll be a throw in. Buck here on the near side. And they'll end up going back to Buck, and they'll play it across the back line now with Mara. Now to Ambrosia. And the Rough Riders not pushing too far in this first half yet. Still both sides feeling one another out. That one's going to go out for a Connecticut throw-in. Their first real foray into the Rough Riders half. They've been pretty solid as a unit so far. The pressure up top from Nunez and Cruz. And here's an opportunity now that is Cruz out on the wing, and that pressure once again. And that was Brittany Simpson for Connecticut, but Cruz really hounding her on the outside. And there is Simpson again through the middle. And again, some really good pressure by the Rough Riders. And we'll see how they can manage this high tempo style. The conditions today still pretty hot, but as we reach the later hours of the day, I'm sure we'll cool off a little bit. Now Little Boy moving into the middle. A couple of defenders around her. Little Boy, her pass is cut out there by Gallagher, but the Rough Riders back in possession again with Buck. Buck's pass cut off there. Two Fusion players run into one another, two Rough Riders players get into one another. And here's an opportunity down the wing. Nunez is through here. One-on-one with the keeper, and Nunez passes into the back of the net. And the Rough Riders start the scoring here just 4 minutes into the first half. And a great goal from Janine Nunez. And that's the start that the Rough Riders would have wanted here. And the home side take the 1-0 advantage. And it came from that high pressure that the Rough Riders have been putting on that Connecticut Rush back line through the opening minutes of this match. So we'll see how the Rush can respond here. That goes out wide to number 9, Gallagher. And Nunez had 2 in the last match. So her hot form in front of goal continues. That ball cleared away long. Held up well there by Cruz. Now Schneider gets it out wide to Diatrell. Now back with the captain, Ambrosi, who's going to kick it up long looking for Cruz. And Simpson will get a good head on it there for Connecticut. Really good pressure there as Cruz in these opening couple minutes has not really given Simpson any leeway on that first touch in the midfield. That's Middlebrook pushing up for the Rush, but now back with Cruz. She'll ride out a tackle. Now Diatrell making a run from the back line, but just can't get the ball out of her feet. It's another throw in on the far side. So a pretty high energy, high tempo first 5 minutes here at Adelphi. The Rough Riders 1-0 up through a Nunez strike in the 4th minute. And with her great form in front of goal, the Rough Riders will be looking for their first win of the season. Cruz almost catches out Martin there, but they'll go back to the keeper, Phillips. Now across the line to Middlebrook. She looks to go long. Buck there to meet her, but and headed well, but the ref will call a foul there. Kyla Gallagher being called with the foul there. Buck will have an opportunity to, or sorry, not Buck. Buck is running up the wing now. This will be Mara looking on the free kick as the Rough Riders pouring some numbers forward. Mara puts a good ball in towards the back post. Gets through everyone, and Schneider's going to have an opportunity to run out there. Only has Dodge to beat, but Dodge is going to clear that one back up the line. Diatrell picks it up and cut out once again. And the referee gives a throw into the rush. Haven't seen much of the rush in the Rough Rider first half, in the Rough Rider half so far in these opening 7 minutes. A lot of good pressure from Nunez and the Rough Rider front line. And a stoppage of play here. Looks like Morgan Dodge pulling up a little bit there. She's going to take a seat, and it looks like we're going to see some medical attention here for the Connecticut rush forward. And thank you so much for joining us here on Father's Day here on the Game and Frame YouTube channel. If you like what you see, why don't you go ahead and shoot us a subscription. We have a lot of fun soccer coming up this summer, including following both the Rough Riders men and women's team all throughout the summer. So stick around, stay tuned, and subscribe to Game and Frame for more fantastic football content here on Long Island and in New York City. So Dodge is going to be taken to the sideline here, as it looks like we're going to see an early substitution for the rush. We'll confirm that substitution in just a moment. We can see the number for the rush, but ball's going to be back in play now. Simpson and Nunez, and Cruz once again just pressing heavily, and here's an opportunity now. And Little Boy tried to play Cruz in there, but that ball just a bit short. And I'm going to go all the way back to Guglielmo, now over to Ambrogi, and now with Mara. Long ball over the top. Can't find Tesoro. But the pressure there by Tesoro and Little Boy, not giving many options for the rush. That's Middlebrook on the ball for the rush. And Tesoro and Cruz not giving them many options. Now Simpson for the rush. They'll get that ball out wide, but Schneider does really well to close her down there. Schneider almost beaten on the tackle there. Now it's an opportunity here. Can't find Nunez in front of the net. Still pressing are the Rough Riders, and that was a really good opportunity. And it's what we've seen so far from the Rough Riders in these opening 10 minutes is the rush really have not been able to handle this high press. They've really been lucky not to have more opportunities heading towards net, but Price has this Long Island Rough Rider side pressing really well here early on. And the introduction of Cruz this week has really shown a spark. Here come the rush down the wing. And shepherded out well there by Ambrogi. And it'll go all the way back to Guglielmo. Hasn't had much to do in this first half. She's now sending her teammates forward, looking to send this ball long. Schneider wins that ball in the middle, now with Winecki. Over to Little Boy. And a really good pass there to find Buck. And to open up the space here, Buck has Nunez out wide. She's got Cruz in the middle. Cruz, Nunez puts that ball in the middle, but just too high for Cruz. That one will spin away, and the Rush getting away with another opportunity there as Nunez just gets that ball over the head of Cruz, but this Rough Riders side has looked the more dangerous of the two so far in this first half. They hold the 1-0 lead. A really good move there on the back line by Ambrosi. Sends her man. Oh, but the pass to Buck cut out from Mara, and now the Rush have an opportunity to get forward. They've got two. That's Gallagher on the move forward. That would met well. And that ball is going to spin in and stay in play, so the Rough Riders handle the first real Rush attack very well, and that ball just booted long there. I believe that was Little Boy attempting the pass. Looking to release Nunez, but it'll go out for a Rush throw-in. And that was the first real bit of attacking play we've seen from Connecticut in this first half. And the Rough Riders handled it well. And once again, the pressing here is as Little Boy and Nunez. And now Nunez is pressing hard here, going all the way back to Cruz. Cruz is just a menace to this Connecticut back line. But they'll continue to go forward now as Schneider tries to cut out on the wing, but they'll go back to Simpson. Simpson's going to play that one long. We'll go to Vanessa Benjamin. And some good 1-2 touches here. But Rough Riders able to secure theirs. Winecki goes back to Mara, and now over to Dietrell. They'll go up long looking for Cruz, can't find her. But now Schneider on the ball. And now the Rush having a bit of possession themselves, a good bit of pressing there. A really good tackle by Schneider, unfortunately. Goes back to the Rush. And a foul there call as Nunez went in for that ball, but fouled in the process. And that was the first real bit of pressure that the Rough Riders have had to deal with from Connecticut. And they did so quite well. Still haven't faced a shot on target in these opening 14 minutes. And Mara's got a couple of options at the top of the box here. She's going to put one in towards the near post. Headed away by Simpson as Schneider was in the area. And now Cruz looking to track down again. And good pressure once again as Mara puts a ball up there. And that one's going to stay in bounds. And Cruz has an opportunity to get this one before it goes out. A touch by the defender, but Cruz now gets held up and wins a free kick here in a really dangerous area. And what a pass there by Mara. Really kept that ball in bounds, and the speed that Cruz showed to catch up to the defender and win a free kick there has shown the motor that she's had in this first half. She's really been pressing high and has had a lot of positive forward positions. So now it's a free kick near the corner kick, and Mara has more options in the box now. Dietrell going short, but that ball looking into the back post. Schneider was looking for the header, can't get to her. Connecticut does well to force it out, and it'll be a corner kick now, the first of the match. Soro's shot blocked and spun away behind, and it'll be Buck to send in the corner kick from this near side. Rough Riders lining up at the back post. Buck puts a good ball in towards the back post, and Little Boy finds the ball falling to her feet at the back post, just can't steer it into the back of the net. So another opportunity for the Rough Riders here as we take just over 15 minutes gone in this first half. Still a 1-0 lead. This was a Nunez opening goal in the 4th minute, her third in her last two, that have given the Rough Riders the lead. They've looked much the better side so far in this first half. But we've seen some pretty positive runs of possession from the Rush, and the Rough Riders have equally defended them well. So we'll see how this first half develops as Diatrell now has an opportunity after winning that ball, looking for Cruz. Cruz gets that pass through to Tesoro. Now over to Little Boy. Little Boy has Nunez in front of her. Little Boy's gonna have an opportunity to shoot here and just over the bar, but defender's not closing her down. She was given all the time in the world. And looking to stake her claim, the new signing. She debuted last week against the Fusion, had 2 assists to her name. That ball hit up long, looking. Buck will grab. Nunez will get caught on the tackle there. And another opportunity to pile bodies forward. It'll be Mara over this one. And Connecticut have defended the set piece as well. This one not in such a dangerous area, but we've already seen the range of passing that Mara has displayed in this first half as she looks a good ball into the back post. And Connecticut will do well to head away. Little Boy looking to play a ball over the top. Cleared, but only as far as Ambrosi. Ambrosi looking for Nunez out on the wing. And she'll find her. Closed down by a Rush fullback, has numbers in the middle. Looking to switch the play over to Little Boy. That ball falls to her. Little Boy at the top of the box, looking to find Cruz. It looked like she was in an offside position, but still Schneider winning the ball there. Now Schneider has the opportunity again up at the top of the box. Schneider saved by Megan Phillips as that ball was moving in the air. Phillips does well to get a fist to it. But the Rough Riders looking to turn the screw here in the first half and get that second goal. And we'll see another corner kick here. Looks like we're going to see Mara over this one. Buck sent in the last effort from this corner, but Mara has been the more active set piece specialist here early on. Mara puts a good ball in at the back post, free header. Just over the top there as Winnecke gets ahead to it, but just as she's starting to jump and pops that one over the top. And Phillips and the Rush will have a goal kick now. And give the Rush credit for all that the Rough Riders have been throwing at them so far in this first half. They've done well to defend. They haven't helped themselves out. They've been dealing with a lot of pressure from the likes of Cruz, Schneider, and Little Boy. But barring that Nunez goal and the Little Boy shot that Phillips has saved, there hasn't been too much to show for the Rough Riders since they scored that first goal. But Buck is going to have an opportunity to change that now. She's coming up the wing. She looks to play that ball along. It's staying in bounds here. And that one is going to roll behind. It'll be a Rush goal kick, and credit to the Rough Riders. They've had a couple of really good passes down the line to keep the ball in bounds and keep Connecticut on their toes. And they still lead 1-0 20 minutes into this first half. And Middlebrook now for the Rush. She'll play that ball along, but cut out well by Mara. Mara has Cruz here, but Cruz is going to be called in an offside position. And Cruz, it looked like she had split the defenders legally, but the linesman saying that she was in an offside position. She would have been all on her own, a one-on-one with the keeper, and we've already seen her swat one away in that scenario. Little Boy trying to cut out Brooke Tracy, but her pass will spin out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in here for the Rough Riders once again. And guys, don't forget, we have the Long Island Rough Rider men playing at 8 p.m. right after this. The Rough Riders at the top of the USL2 table, facing title contender Cedar Stars in second. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably have Josh on the call for the men's match, so stay tuned for that. But we have the Rough Rider women here looking for their first win of the season and holding a 1-0 lead here as we tick over just about into the 22nd minute. And Coach Price should be happy with how his side is playing so far, as that ball rolls out and will be a Rough Rider throw-in, as they have looked much the better side here, and this being a Connecticut Rush side that gave the Fusion their first loss of the season. So very admirable opposition here, and a really good pass there to find Buck. Now to Nunez. Buck's continuing her run. Nunez will cut inside. That pass a little bit behind Winnecki, but she manages to get back to it. Now Diatrell has a couple of runners in front of her. Now Cruz has Schneider in front of her, and Cruz will be cut down there, and it's another free kick opportunity. And it's another opportunity for Mara to put a ball into the area. Numbers piling forward once again. And that ball played down the line, and it's an opportunity here. Numbers in the box, no foul given. And Rosado does well to track back. Diatrell sliding challenge works well here, but the Rush will hold on to it, and that one misplayed by Benjamin. It's another throw-in. Diatrell will take it out wide. It was a clever set piece. Simpson heads that one away, but it goes back to the Rough Riders. Put up once again, looking for Nunez. Simpson heads away again, and Rush looking to clear the ball here, just can't. Schneider does well, holds on to possession here. Nunez has Little Boy. Little Boy's first touch a little wild here, but Buck able to follow it up. Buck, looking for Nunez on the pass through, a bit too much probably on that ball from Buck, but spins just in front of the goal scorer for the Rough Riders. But again, that pressure starting to mount. We haven't seen the Rush have that spell of possession that they had between Nunez's first goal. So the Rough Riders are really turning the screw here as we've crossed over the halfway point of this first half. That ball looking to play along, but rolled over it by Gallagher. And that ball will be cleared away once again for a Rough Rider throw, and they've had a bulk of the possession here in the first half and have looked pretty positive with it. Buck here with the throw-in down the line. That one is cleared into the stands. And it looks like we're going to see a water break here. The referee the referee decided to give a water break here, so we'll probably see one in the first and second half here. But halfway through the first half here into the 25th minute, and the Rough Riders lead the Connecticut Rush 1-0. We will return to you in just a few moments, but we will take a short break as both sides step off the field for a water break. Both sides returning now from the water break, much needed on this hot June day, this hot Father's Day, even though temperatures are starting to come down with the creeping sun, but the pitch has been absolutely baked today. We'll start to see the shadows roll in from this near side as we approach the, I believe, like 8:28 sunset tonight. That'll be during our coverage of the men's match. But the women still looking for their first win and playing like they can get it tonight. And Tesoriera's pass cut out there. But really good pressing once again, Wienecke and Tesoriera. But Connecticut will hold on to possession here, and we'll see how they come out of this water break, as they've been really heavily pressed so far in this first half. But Simpson plays down the line here, and this is one of the better looking attacks we've seen from Connecticut so far. As Dieter looked for the closeout there, handled well though by Mara. Cruz now grabs that ball as she heads back, and has a couple of defenders around her, but Cruz holds possession well there, and now the Rough Riders will recycle possession. Wienecke here will find Buck outside. And it's a good run behind here by Cruz, and the official didn't raise his flag, and Nunez was looking for Cruz on that ball through, but just couldn't find her. And Connecticut handled that attack well. That's been one of the better moves we've seen from the Rough Riders since they've scored their opening goal. And that partnership of Cruz and Nunez up top is proving to be a formidable pair. Tesoriera's attempt there holds possession for the rush. And good defending there by Ambrogi to edge out the rush attacker. Goes all the way back to Guglielmo, who once again hasn't had much work to do in this first half. Hasn't made a save, hasn't even had a shot attempted at her. But that's credit to the back line of the Rough Riders, and their pressing midfield and attack have really limited the possession that Connecticut have had in the attacking half. That ball put up well there for Nunez. Simpson does well to hold her off of it. Nunez fouls Simpson in the build-up here. I believe this is the first free kick that we've seen for the Rush in this match, as we are now at the half-hour mark in the first half. But it's been better since the return from the water break for the Rush. We probably needed a moment to regroup here, but still opportunities now, as here's Tracy. Into the middle. And Martin here. And Martin plays it back to Cruz, and now an opportunity here. 2-on-2. And Cruz running here, has 2 to beat, and the goalkeeper has Little Boy at the back post. But Cruz goes for glory and just sends it over the crossbar. As it looked like the Rush had a good handle of Little Boy at the far post. And Cruz wasn't too far away from getting herself on the score sheet here. But the Rough Riders looking dangerous once again. I'm sure they would love a second goal before halftime. And here's a good ball put towards the back line. No flag up on the far side. And that one's just going to spin out. And that was a ball for Rosado. I think they had Dieterle caught off, but just a bit too much on it. But more positive play for the Rush in the last 5 minutes, and the Rough Riders have equally stepped up to it. Buck and Mara with a little bit of 1-2 passing here. Mara's going to look up top for Cruz as they've swapped sides once again, and we've seen that. Oh, Tesoriera with a really good sliding challenge there. And an opportunity now. Cruz just has Simpson to beat, but Nunez has just Simpson to beat, and Simpson does well there. Little Boy looking at the back post for any support, just can't find it. Wienecke puts a ball into the middle as well, can't find Schneider. But the Rough Riders are doing well to put balls into the middle. Tesoriera, her pressure keeps the ball with Connecticut as they'll look to move forward. But no real options going forward as the Rough Riders are doing a really good job of stamping out options. And Schneider and Wienecke out on that far side looking to track down, and good job to block that ball. And Connecticut still looking to get out of their own half here, and they finally will. And this is Vanessa Benjamin moving forward, and now out on the wing with Gallagher. Met by Buck, and Gallagher has a good run going here. Puts a ball into the middle. No one there, and that ball booted away by Mara. Go only as far as Brooke Tracy. Now back with Tracy. And here come the Rush once again. This is better play from them. And it's an opportunity here in front of the net for Pari. And once again, the Rough Riders handling the Rush well, but that is the best bit of attacking play we've seen from the visitors in this first half. Guglielmo sending her team forward. And just 3 back in defense to face the 2 of Nunez and Cruz, and headed by Tesserera. Nunez does well to get there. Has Little Boy on the overlap. But Little Boy is going to be called offside. That pass just didn't come quick enough. But really positive box-to-box play in this first half so far. The Rough Riders up 1-0 after the 4th minute. Nunez's 3rd goal in 2. Looking to propel the Rough Riders to their first win of the season. Wienecke is beat there looking for the challenge, and here come the Rush once again. Dieterle caught out of position there a little bit and now has a runner to deal with. Rush cutting inside, and that ball just over the head of Gallagher. But good play there by Buck and Mara to limit that opportunity. And just a little over 10 minutes left to go here in the first half. And both sides will go into the locker room feeling like they've had a pretty good showing in this first half. The Rush have really improved after that water break, and the Rough Riders have continued their high pressing to pretty good success. They've had a bulk of the possession here in this first half. They've had some pretty good half chances, but haven't been able to find that final ball, that final finish to really cement their dominance here in the first half. And the longer the Rush can keep the Rough Riders out, the more they'll start to grow in confidence. The Rough Riders would love to get a second goal and really cement their advantage here, as Schneider will get into a challenge with Basilicato out wide, and that'll spin out for a Rush throw-in. Referee just moving the play back. Dieterle working on the outside. No foul called there. And now the linesman will call the foul. I think that was Rory Pari. And Dieterle just a bit slow to get back up, but she's to her feet now. Now with Mara. Now with Ambrosi. That ball played up top. Nunez drops back to get it. Schneider's going to look to play along. That ball headed away. Schneider now with Nunez. And now Connecticut are doing a pretty good job pressing the Rough Riders going forward. So just as the Rough Riders are not giving Connecticut a ton of options going forward, there's a pretty good stand there by the Rush defensive line. That ball tapped away, and Numbers pushing forward, and Simpson does well to push Cruz away. That ball will go all the way back to Phillips, and they'll continue. And Buck has to deal with Gallagher now. That ball put up over top. Mara just boots that one away. And it'll be a rush throw-in on the near side. But we are approaching the last bit of the first half here. Tracy here throws it in, but that ball spins off of Gallagher. Good pressure there by Little Boy. Little Boy on the pass from Buck. Little Boy's ball to Cruz is cut out. Winicky does well to challenge the number 15 Pari there. And the Rough Riders back in possession. Schneider being tracked down, but she'll bring it back to Dieterle. Go back to Ambrogi. Ambrogi puts a ball up top here. It was a good touch, but deflected away by the rush defender, and they'll continue forward as Benjamin, her pass was cut out. Tesserero with some good pressure up top, but now the rusher having a bit of space here in the half as it's Gallagher on the ball once again. Gallagher's going to whip the ball in towards the back post. There is a runner there, and really the first time we've seen Guglielmo come out and seeing, I believe that was Dieterle, and one of the rush attackers colliding there. Rush were looking for a foul in the box, but Dieterle staying down here. Just came up a little slow after another challenge over by that corner flag right before the water break. And it looks like we could see a substitution here as the Rush head coach looking for a foul in the box there. Referee now just going to have a conversation. Dieterle being checked out now by the medical team. So we'll take a short step aside here as both sides are going to get a chance to catch their breaths here. And Dieterle gets some care. So we will take a step away. We're just over 40 minutes in the first half. The Rough Riders have a 1-0 lead over the Connecticut Rush. And rejoining now, as it looks like Dieterle is going to be subbed off here. We're going to double check who comes in on this back line now. And it looks like have to confirm at halftime who that is because just unable to see at the moment. But Dieterell subbed off here in the 40th minute. And just 3 minutes before the half now. And that stoppage right before the half probably couldn't have come at a time where the Rush would have wanted to stop, as they've been looking better since that water break, but they'll continue to go here. That ball kept out well by Schneider, and it'll be a throw-in on that far side. Connecticut doing well here. They'll hold on to the ball once again, and they've held a fair bit of possession here in the last 5 or 10 minutes. The Rough Riders really haven't been able to get a foothold back in the match. Haven't had that same level of domination that they had in the opening 25-30. Now Phillips will hold. That ball out wide to Middlebrook, but Cruz right on her in the interim. Now Simpson being closed down by Nunez and Schneider. They'll go back to Phillips once again. And she'll go long. Looking for Rosado there, but unable to come up with it. That ball stays in for a throw-in here. And it's a throw-in deep in the Rough Riders half. That ball thrown in. Nunez being pressed out there by Rosado and Basilicata, but the Rough Riders will hang on for a throw-in here as we're taking into the last minute of the first half here, and barring the Dieterell injury, it's been a very positive first half for the Rough Riders. They've been good value for their 1-0 lead, but they'll need to find another gear in the second half if they want to hang on for their first win of the season, as the Rush, after that water break, really grew into the second half. That ball thrown in long, but handled well there by the Rush, and Rosado out wide now. And she'll get around Wienecke. Rosado continues to run and finds Lombardo. That ball will go in over the top, but that will spin out for a goal kick as we're just into the last 5 seconds here of the first half. We'll see if there's any stoppage time. Guglielmo grabs the ball for the goal kick. Referee not taking a look at her watch yet, so it looks like we're going to have a little bit of stoppage time from both the water break and the 2 injuries in this first half. That ball finds Wienecke, but ends up falling back to the Rush. And we'll see a foul there by Little Boy. Gallagher over this ball. And they'll take this one quick. Middlebrook puts that ball in. And no offside there. Vanessa Benjamin looked like she had beaten the back line. No flag up from the linesman, but handled well there by the Rough Riders. That's probably their best opportunity of the first half, the Rush. Nunez holds up that ball well. We'll see if they can have one more foray before the first half ends here. And Nunez has played down this line here. She's got numbers in the box. Nunez looks to play into Tesserero, but can't find her. But Nunez is going to hold on to the ball here at the top of the box. Cut out well there by Vanessa Benjamin and cleared away. Goes all the way back to Ambrosi. And the Rough Riders continue to pile numbers forward again. It's a good ball into the box looking for Little Boy. She's got her man beat. Little Boy, and that ball cleared back from Tracy and goes all the way back to Phillips, as it looked like Little Boy had been put in past Tracy, but Her first touch just spins to Phillips. So both sides just a move away from goal to end the first half here, as we're ticking into the final moments. Surely now Tracy out wide, goes back to Middlebrook. She'll hold on to the ball. But we're putting the moves there on Tesserero. Winecki tackles, but that ball stays outside. Oh, and does well to get around the defender there, and the Rush have numbers in the box, and Schneider tackles fairly there. That'll be a throw in here for the Rush. As we're surely in the final moments now of this first half. Thrown in well, but kept by the Rush. Now cleared away. Back up top to Nunez. Come back well, Tesserero. Her pass is cut out. It's another throw in here. Held well there by Lombardo, and now out wide with Tracy, but cut out well there. It stays in, and now cruises away here. Nunez running in at the back post, but Simpson does well to cut it out. And Buck still running up. Made a good run from the fullback position, but the pass just couldn't beat Simpson on the back line. But here come Connecticut once again. Schneider puts in a good challenge there. Forces that ball behind the net, and it's going to be a throw-in, or sorry, a goal kick now. And the referee not shy about added time here. And that ball booted long, looking for Little Boy. She'll win the header. And that ball kept in what seemed like well by Buck, but the assistant referee declaring that that ball was out of bounds. So now Gallagher with the throw in here. And that's Parr with the opportunity. Mara to meet her. Now Gallagher looking for the cross again. Oh, but tackled well. Gallagher holds onto the ball again as Little Boy with good pressure. And that'll be the end of the first half here at midfield here at Adelphi. The Long Island Rough Riders 1-0 up on the Connecticut Rush. A 4th-minute goal from Nunez, her 3rd in 2 matches. But both sides have had their spells of possession and their spells of positive play here in the first half. And we'll see if the Rough Riders can hold on in the second half for their first win of the UWS season. Don't go anywhere. We'll have second half action for you in just a little bit. Stay tuned. getting ready to kick back off the second half here in the UWL. The Long Island Rough Riders 1-0 up on the visiting Connecticut Rush. That 4th minute Nunez goal still separating the side, and that substitution in the first half for Dieterle will be Nina Carlomusto, who's taken the number of Hawkins tonight, who is not in the 18. So apologies for the delay on that, but it looks like both sides are coming out with the same lineups that they went into the break with. So for the Rough Riders, that is Guglielmo in net, Buck, Mara, Ambrogi, and Carlomusto as the back line, Winecki, Littleboy, Schneider, and Tesserero as the midfield 4, and Cruz and Nunez up top, as they've been dominant so far in this match. And looks like we do have a change for the Connecticut Rush, but on a different number, so we can get you that momentarily as well. But it'll be the Rush to start with possession here in the second half. And we'll see how they can respond to a first half that was pretty even, all truth told. Both teams had spells of dominance. And here's an early opportunity, as that was Mara beaten on the back line. Saved well by Guglielmo, but the ball goes through her fingers a little bit and almost rolled into a precarious spot. So a fairly early warning sign, just 24 seconds into the second half, and the Rush already have their first shot on target. So those are warning signs for the Rough Riders that they are not going to be able just to sit back and take this 1-0 lead to their first win. They're going to have to put in the work for it. And that ball put in long once again, but Ambrogi gets to it. Now Carlomusto having to work out wide here, all with Perry. And Carlomusto being called for the foul there. So another good opportunity for the Rough Riders. Guglielmo asking for a wall here. And this is Basilicato over the free kick here. Numbers in the box for the Rush. This is a good ball put in towards the back post. A high cross. Headed just over the bar there, but the Rush have the first 2 opportunities of the half within the first 2 minutes. The Rough Riders really haven't had any possession so far to open the half, so we'll see if the tide continues to turn in that fashion. And this is a Connecticut Rush side that did beat the Connecticut Fusion, handed them their first loss of the season, 2-1 earlier this week. So they are no slouches here. Both sides had very positive results against the second place team in the division. And that clearance almost put into danger, but Mara does a good job just to shepherd it out wide, and we're going to see another throw in here. It's going to be with Gallagher on the far side. And Buck facing up. And still with the Rush here. Some good one-on-one defending, but an opportunity to put a cross in, and it'll be a corner. The Rush really upping the pressure here to open up the second half. They've looked much the better side out of the water break in the first half, so more time to recoup, more time to discuss here going into the second half. And bunched up in the box, and they're going to look to move now. Corner being put in towards that near post, and a shot from Basilicato blocked away, and we're going to see another corner kick here. Some Rough Riders looking for a foul there in the area. None given. We'll see if it's another similar set piece routine here. I got Basilicato open at the near post. Got the run of Vanessa Benjamin now. That ball was well put into the middle, but Guglielmo does well just to hold on to it here, and she's going to boot this one long, looking for Nunez, who's got Simpson to beat. And Nunez gets a foot to it. And she turns Simpson. And she's got Tesserero in the middle. Tesserero's onside here. Beats the defender, and it will be a penalty. And an excellent move by Tesserero to beat the defender there. Looked like Julio Lombardo. And now an opportunity for the Rough Riders to go up 2-0. And we'll see who they send to the spot, and it will be the captain, Kimberly Mara. And this would be huge for the Rough Riders to get that insurance goal, as the Rush have looked really impressive so far in these opening 5 minutes. Steps up now, and a good save there by Phillips. And she hangs on to it. Megan Phillips steps up. Now the official having a word with their linesman, saying that perhaps Megan Phillips stepped off her line. And the referee talking to the keeper now, and we will see a re-kick. And another opportunity for Mara to put the Rough Riders up 2-0. Goalkeeper needing to keep at least 1 foot on the line while the kick is being taken. So Mara now with the opportunity once again. She went right the first time. And this time she rolls it just wide. So Mara with a second bite at the cherry, but just rolls that one wide at the near post. So the Rush get out of danger once again. And it's been that lack of a killer instinct that we've seen in the latter half of the first half and early on now in the second half that have stopped the Rough Riders from gaining the advantage here. But now Carla Musto with the throw in here. Turning now is Cruz, but she's being defended well now. And that ball spins out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in on this near side. Those were 2 golden opportunities for Mara to put the Rough Riders up 2-0, but they'll have to work a little harder now. But you know, they've seen what they can put this back line of Connecticut through, and that's a foul there by Basilicato. So we're gonna see a free kick opportunity now. And Mara, the set piece specialist, will step over it once again. Numbers going forward, the likes of Schneider and Tesserero in the box. Got Little Boy at that back post there. That ball comes into the middle, but headed away. Benjamin does well to head that one outside. Now looking for we'll see a throw in now. That one goes up long, but Ambrogi does well to handle it, and she'll continue to be on the ball here. She looks up top, and she is fouled, Ambrogi, so it's another free kick deep in the area. And it looks like Carla Musto will take it. And this is her first free kick opportunity. We'll see what kind of service she can put into the box. Some more numbers heading forward for the Rough Riders. It's a good, strong ball. And that one comes off the knees, but now with Connecticut once again. And they've got some numbers heading forward now as Mara's caught a little bit out of position trying to face up here. Now it's 2 in attack, but a really good challenge there by Colamusto. And Gallagher has been brilliant down that side for the Fusion, or sorry, for the Rush. And Gallagher with a good run here, but held off well there by Buck and cleared out by Mara. But now back into the midfield of Connecticut. 2 stepping in there. Schneider does well to hold on to the ball here. And they'll start the move once again. Little Boy has 2 in front of her. She's going to look for the pass for Nunez. But the keeper, Phillips, wise to it. She's off her line. And Winecki set that ball back into the area, but Cruz just met there. And now they'll go all the way back to Phillips. But a pretty feisty opening 10 minutes so far as we're ticking over into the 55th minute. Connecticut started the second half with 2 shots on target within the first 2 minutes. And then the Rough Riders had 2 opportunities at a penalty kick from captain Kimberly Mara and failed to convert on both, but they still hold that 1-0 lead from that 4th minute goal from Nunez. And we're set up for an exciting finish here at Adelphi, but don't go anywhere after this match. The Long Island Rough Rider men will be at 8 p.m. They are at the top of the USL 2 table, and they'll look to continue their hot start to the season. We should have Josh on the call for that one, so stay tuned here on YouTube for the Long Island Rough Rider men. Buck's going to come all the way up from fullback here to take this throw in. And it looks like she's going to launch a ball into the box here. She's actually going to go a bit shorter here. It's going to go to Cruz. That one's going to spin out of bounds for a corner kick. And that's the first for the Rough Rider here, first for the Rough Riders here in this second half. And it looks like it will be Colamusto to take here. The left fullback being more heavily used on that far side for these free kick and corner opportunities. So we'll see what kind of service she can put in here as Nunez is kind of open in front of the box here. Winecki, that ball cleared away as Winecki was able to break away from her defender, but that ball just had a bit too much on it from Colamusto. But it was a good ball put in into a good area and some good runs there from the Rough Riders, as they're starting to pick up a bit more possession here as we're 35 minutes away from full time. It was a good attempt at the flick on, but Little Boy's flick on knocked out there, and looking for a foul on Nunez, but ended up just giving a throw in instead. This ball comes back for Little Boy, and Connecticut just content to keep sending these out for throw-ins. Nunez being defended with 2. And Connecticut does well to get it away, but only as far back as Little Boy. That ball at the top of the box and poked back for the Rough Riders. And Colamusto was going to make the run there, but it stays with Ambrosi instead, and Simpson does well to shepherd Cruz out of play. And that'll be a goal kick, but some better sustained pressure from the Rough Riders in the Connecticut half. It's a good response to a positive start, and really good tackles there by Little Boy. They're going to turn and go here as Tesserera's going to get the ball here. That ball taken off of her feet by Martin. Still tracking down. And Buck and Winecki do well to defend there, but that ball goes over the top for Connecticut, and Mara will do well to put that one back, but held onto by the Rough Riders, and Tesserera's pass up top looking for Cruz cut out. Here comes Little Boy, and Little Boy's going to play out wide. But that a little bit of miscommunication there as the ball was left. Winecki doesn't win possession there, but Ambrosi does, and looking to go towards that back line. That pass cut out, and now another ball looking to play along, but looked more like a clearance here as Amara now feeds to Ambrosi. Back to Amara. And Nunez will be waved offside here. It looked like she held her run pretty well, but credit to Simpson and Middlebrook for holding that back line for the rush. Looking at the last half hour here, as we're just about to tick into the 60th minute. Simpson will put that ball in, but Cleared away well. Now with Schneider. And Schneider looks to turn. Can't get around the Silicato. Now they go up the line here for Carlo Musto, and Carlo Musto only has Simpson to beat. And Simpson spins that ball well to Phillips, who's now got Carlo Musto and Nunez to deal with, but she'll play that ball long to Pari. And that ball headed away well by Ambrosi. As Nunez was offside there, but Tesserero has pushed in here. Tesserero has an opportunity to go past the keeper, but Phillips does well to come off her line. And Tesserero is going to come up worse from that challenge. And that was a precarious situation for Simpson to put herself in, but the back pass to Phillips doesn't end up harming them in the long run. Tesserero back on her feet now from the help of Nunez. And it looks like she will continue on. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in on Game and Frame's YouTube channel. And if you're not subscribed already, why not hit that subscribe button? We've got a ton of fun soccer content coming to you, including the Long Island Rough Riders men's and women's teams covered live here on Game and Frame. So stay tuned for more of that and more exciting football action around Long Island and New York City this summer. And Connecticut putting a bit of a run together again. And Benjamin faced up well there by Mara, but that ball going long, looking for Lombardo, but can't find her. And it goes all the way back to Guglielma, who once again hasn't had too much to handle in this second half other than those two opportunities at the beginning. And she's going to look to go long now. She puts that one up top looking for Schneider. Headed on there, but Cruz is first to get to it. Facing up against Simpson once again, who's been run at a lot in the second half. And Cruz puts it across, and it's an opportunity. Nunez can't get the greatest first touch there, but Nunez puts a good move on the defender and slices it just over the top. That's the best opportunity they've had in this second half. That wasn't from the penalty spot, but just seeing what kind of damage Nunez and Cruz can do. But now it's with Little Boy, and now Buck out wide has a man to beat. Buck putting the moves on, putting a ball into the area here, looking for Cruz at the near post, and just gets it past the keeper. Still trouble in the area and deflected away. And one of those in-between balls, the keeper had to come out and make a stop there, looking for Cruz at the near post, but Rough Riders still looking for goal number 2 here. Would definitely make them feel more comfortable here in this first half. Buck tackled there, and now the rusher away. It's a good run here down the wing, and the ball is going to roll out of play there. Kyla Gallagher looking to turn on the speed there to get Buck, who's out of position. But that ball just spinning out of bounds. Now Buck feeds to Tesserero. Tesserero does well to take that one down, but it's going to spin just out for another rush throw-in. Tracy's going to go back to Gallagher. That ball out again. So it'll be another throw-in for the rush. And it looks like we're going to see a substitution here for the rush as Rory Perry is going to come out here. We'll get the substitution here. Looks like it'll be Megan Burke who checks in for the rush. Oh, but here's an opportunity for the Rough Riders. Numbers going forward, and here's the opportunity, and a good save there by Phillips. And Cruz has been one of the best players on the pitch for the Rough Riders so far today, and a goal would really cement all of the excellent work she has done. They're getting closer now. And that ball looking out wide for Tracy. Burke can't get to it, but some loose touches in the midfield is going to bring it back to the center. And looking for the run of Benjamin in the middle, but Carlo Musto does well to cut it out. Now Schneider going Up top looking for the run of Nunez, and Nunez is onside here. Nunez has Cruz in the middle. And she's gonna go herself, and Phillips makes a great save once again, but Nunez showing great speed so far. She's been caught offside a couple of times, but holds her run there well. Oh, and a really good tackle there by Schneider. Rush able just to hold on to it. And cut out well there by Winecki, but goes back to Simpson. Simpson goes to the substitute Burke. Burke out to Basilicato. And Basilicato is fouled there. And Winecki a bit slow to get up from the challenge there, but and it looks like we're going to see another substitution here, and it'll be the end of the day for Cruz, who's been really one of the highlights for the Long Island Rough Riders here. Her day will end after 65 minutes, but she was a big part of that first goal. That ball put in well, headed away. And the Rush still have an opportunity here. That one is deflected behind, and it will be a corner. And I believe that is Nicole Bermudez who checks in for the Rough Riders. She'll head up top. Or sorry, that's Janine Nunez up top. So more goal threat. And that ball held well here by Guglielmo. That ball is cleared long. And good job there by Tracy to hold off. And the Rough Riders doing well to ping this ball back and forth. It's with Burke now. Looking to go up top. Here's a good opportunity. That ball put it in the middle, deflected away, but in the danger area, and Phillips does well just to hold on to that one. And the Rush holding on. And doing well to close down here and will finally be called for a foul. So it looked like it was good going forward. And just confirming that substitution, it looks like it is Nicole Bermudez, not Janine Nunez. The number 24. That ball cut out well. Ambrosi on the ball here, and she's going to play it long, and Schneider's on side here. Schneider's got one to beat, and the goalkeeper can't get the ball out from under her feet. He's going to play across, and it's 2 for the Rough Riders. And they could be on their way to their first win of the season. Schneider with a really good run in, beats that back line, and then plays a sublime ball across, and the Rough Riders now are 2-0 up. I believe that was Tesserero with the score there. She's done well to get forward as well. And Nunez will now come off. She'll have no further action. That's a change of the front two now for the Rough Riders, but 2-0 up. And Carla Musto does well to deflect that one away. Held now well on the back line. Carla Musto looks to clear it again. And that ball hit away by Schneider, but spins off of the Rough Riders, or spins off of a Connecticut leg for a throw-in. Throwing towards Bermudez. And Schneider over the top, looking for the run in. And Simpson does well, but still being tracked down. And a good job here by the rush, handling the pressure that's being thrown at them after that second goal. But now Little Boy and Burke have it again. Now back with Connecticut. Mara faces up the attacker and does well just to tackle that ball out of play. That ball played long. Mara does well to cut it out. Or sorry, that was Nunez with the goal. So that is Nunez's 4th goal. That's her 2nd brace in 2 games. Oh, that ball was nearly a mistake at the back there for the Rough Riders. And it looks like we're going to see a water break here in the second half. So it's another brace for Nunez. 4 goals to her name in 2 matches. She holds both goals in this 2-0 lead as the Rough Riders look to cement their first win in UWS this season. Don't go anywhere. Once again, your score in the 71st minute for this water break. Rough Riders 2, Connecticut Rush 0. And the ball back in play now with Phillips. And that number 3 for the Rough Riders, Elliott, who checked in. Now with Colamusto. And that ball held out well there by Vanessa Benjamin. So it's an important 15 minutes here for the Rough Riders. They're looking for their first win of the season. But this is a Rush team that has also not lost this season yet, so they'll be looking to keep their streak alive as well. Now going down wide is Buck, but looking for the run of Tesserero, can't find her. It looks like a pull on the jersey there. The referee not going to call it. So the Rush are going to have another opportunity to go forward here. Closed down well. And that's Elliott out wide. And now the Rush will go across their back line. Now Middlebrook is going to play all the way back to the keeper, Phillips. Now with Middlebrook once again. That ball goes out wide, and Little Boy does really well to keep that one out there, but her pass for looking for Elliott just cut out. Littlefoot doing well, a Little Boy doing well to just hound those defenders. And will win another throw-in on that far side. Buck's going to throw this one long, looking for Bermudez. That one cleared away, so another throw-in. Now 15 minutes remaining here in this second half. And it's been the run of Nunez, 2 goals in both of her last 2 matches that have been the difference here. And we'll see if this Rough Rider back line can hold on to their first clean sheet of the season. And Buck just hits that ball long. Looking to see if they can catch out Phillips, but they move well to it. And Connecticut go forward again. Winecki hounding down the defender, and that ball misplaced. Schneider just can't get to it. And it'll end up spinning wide to Basilicato. Won't hang on to it. But now Tesserero will hit the bench. She's had a very positive shift behind those back 2. Some really good pressing from Tesserero. So she'll get a well-deserved rest here for the last 15 minutes. And now Bermudez here. Cuts across to Elliott. Elliott's going to play Bermudez in here, and Bermudez is just offside. And that is Dutcher, who will check in now. Dutcher hit the bench for this match. Was replaced by Cruz in the starting 11, but we'll see some action here in the last 15 of this match. And the Rough Riders not shy with substituting in forwards here, up 2 goals. Definitely not resting on their laurels. All of the changes that they've made have been in that attacking area other than Carla Musto. But even she has provided some forward runs and some pretty good services from set pieces and corners. And Elliott does really well to cut out there, and it's another opportunity here. It's a 3-on-3, and Dutcher just looking for that top corner at the near post, but can't find it. And it'll be Simpson now for Basilicato for the rush. That ball's going to go out of play here. And it'll be Carla Musto's throw in here. Got some options in front of her. Now with Elliott. Across the way to Schneider. Schneider gets caught up there. No foul given. And a really good effort there from Bermudez. Just going to spin over the bar. But the Rough Riders are really stepping up their play here late on in the second half. That second goal has really given them the motivation that they need to find the energy to hold on to this first win of the season and to take down a team that has taken down one of the tops in the division in the Connecticut Fusion. And the keeper Phillips there just with a nice little ball roll. And now Bermudez may have an opportunity here. Just got to beat Simpson, but Simpson has been excellent on that back line. Elliott just tracking down there. Now it goes out wide for Connecticut again. There's a Little Boy and Elliott press. And that ball played dangerously into the middle for Schneider. And Schneider's got options going forward. But Schneider's choosing to go herself here. Phillips is off her line. And that last touch for Schneider just takes her out of the attack. Phillips, well aware of the danger, comes off her line and secures. Oh, and some more lazy defending here, and Little Boy has an opportunity going forward. Little Boy is going to have a shot on net. Just ends up heading to Megan Phillips. And she's made a couple of good stops here in the second half. And she's really been one of the reasons why this Connecticut Rush side is still in this match at 2-0 down. We're about to tick over into the 80th minute, so just 10 minutes plus some stoppage time remaining here. We're going to see one more change here for the Rough Riders, number 10, Schneider, who just had that wonderful opportunity on goal. She will check out for her final time in the match. And she'll be replaced here. She'll be replaced here by Neal, who also hit the bench for this match after starting against the Fusion. That's Hope Neal. So she'll have 10 minutes to have her impact on the match. That ball put up over the top, headed by Ambrosi. Handled well there by Little Boy. And that one will go back to Carla Musto. Carla Musto is going to play this one down the line looking for Dutcher. Dutcher's going to get there. It's held well there by Neal. Now it goes back to Carla Musto. And does well to get around her defender. And that ball chipped in from Carla Musto. And Bermudez had a good flick on there, but was just caught offside once again. And anything on the side of Simpson here for the Connecticut Rush has really been well defended. Carla Musto doing well to help that one spin out. And Neal's going to win the throw in here for win a free kick here for the Rough Riders. And a couple bodies going forward here for the Rough Riders as Carla Musto will whip a ball in. Some height to the attack now. Simpson does well to head that one away. And it'll head back to the Rough Rider back line. And Ambrosi continuing her run there. Spins out off Vanessa Benjamin, and it'll be a throw in for the Rough Riders. That back line of Ambrosi and Mara have been really dominant in defense. Buck, Carla Musto, and Dieterell in the fullback positions have been dominant going forward. Really have been very few Rough Rider players who have had bad games. That ball ends up going off of Basilicato. And it will be another throw in for the Rough Riders as possession bouncing around now. Mara almost wins possession there, and Elliott just clears away. A throw in here on the near side and headed away there by Carla Musto. And Basilicato will throw it in here on the near side. Looking up top, and Ambrosi and Carla Musto back in defense, not giving the Fusion forward any sort of space, and it'll be a corner kick here. And this is probably going to be one of the better opportunities that the Rush are going to have in these final minutes, and a goal would certainly make the last 10 minutes or so a very, very eventful finish here at Adelphi. It's a good ball into the box and really well kept away by Guglielmo. And here we go, head to the top of the box, and Simpson puts the ball into the area, headed away well by Ambrosi, who gets the second touch there, and Bermuda's tracking down here. That ball going across now. And Megan Burke out wide has the ability to put the ball into the box here. That ball's going to spin off, and it'll be another corner kick here. So, the 84th minute, and the Connecticut Rush are putting on a little bit of pressure here. So it's a second consecutive quarter kick here for the Rush, this one at the far post. And it's a good ball whipped into the area. It goes into no man's land a little bit. And it looked like it was Megan Burke with a strike there and deflected away off of Carla Musto. And this one just spins away for another throw-in. So the Rush really amping up the pressure here in the last couple minutes. Carla Musto does well. And Burke tries to work on her there, putting a ball into the area, and it's cleared away. And it's a good run here from Hope Neal. And Neal's got Dutcher going forward, but that ball is just going to get past her and looking to shepherd that one out. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rush. Just 5 minutes remaining here, plus stoppage time in this second half. Elliott gets the ball there. She's going to hit that one long, but now it's back with the number 3, and that one ends up clearing away. Basilicato is going to throw this one up top. Carla Musto does well to head it away over to Neal. And that ball's going to go off of a defender. And now some good job by Wonecki to hang on to that one. And Little Boy is going to get this one. And Burke's got a good burst of pace here. She's played this full match, and she does really well to get a good run in there, and she's going to win a free kick. And it's going to be our first card of the game. It's the Fusion player who ends up in the book here. Burke with a really good run in there at the back posts. That late burst of speed as Little Boy's pass looked like it was going to be too short. I believe that was Kyla Gallagher who's going to end up getting into the book here. And just in the 86th minute here. The goals of the 4th and the 67th minute for Nunez are the difference here in this UWS match, as the Rough Riders are on the verge of their first league win of the season. There's a good opportunity to put the icing on the cake here. Good ball in towards the back post, but ends up going over the top. And it'll go behind for a goal kick. But more time coming off the clock now. We'll see just how much added time the referee will put into the second half with the water break to be accounted for. Go across to Simpson, who's got Elliott in front of her. Simpson's going to try and play that ball long, but Wonecki is going to pick up a foul there. And the Rush are going to play it quickly now. Simpson being tracked down there by Bermudez and Elliott now, and that ball's going to go towards Phillips once again. Phillips is going to play that one a little bit into no man's land. Little Boy tracking down, but just can't get to it, so they'll continue going forward. Connecticut just with a few minutes left here to try and force the issue. Some really good play in the middle there as Dutcher is dispossessed, but Little Boy with good pressing. And Wonecki wins the ball here. It's back with Bermudez. Bermudez puts that ball across to Little Boy. Now Little Boy just going to hold on to the ball here and tries to play in Buck, but that ball's going to stay in. Now, we've already seen that Buck has a good bit of pace, but she can't catch up to this one. I think that was, I believe, Megan Burke on the outside there who's going to win that ball. And time ticking down here for the Rush. And the Rough Riders, oh so close now, but Ambrosi needed back in defense. So numbers coming forward for the Rush. And Mara doing a really good job there to settle on that ball before it could get to the feet of Kyla Gallagher, who's been up and down the pitch today, really has done a lot of work on that far side. And that ball cleared away. And that ball goes all the way back up to Elliott. And that's booted up top, and it's going to look for Neal. And Neal's going to lose the header there, but Basilicato will put that one behind for a throw-in. Carla Musto plays to Bermudez. Now to Dutcher. Dutcher with a good move there. Maybe not intentional, but it worked anyway. Little Boy's going to find Buck out wide. Buck's heading for the corner. Looking to play in. Bermudez at the near post, can't get to it. No offside given there. And the Rush just having to force that one out of play. And just about 90 seconds left here in normal time. And the Rough Riders feeling like they have full control of this match. And that ball put in up top, looking for Elliott, and they'll remain in possession here. And of course, the Rough Riders in no rush to take this. It sounds like we're going to be getting 3 minutes of added time. Bermudez doing well to hold the ball up in the corner here. Doing well to hold on to the possession, and that one will end up being a rush throw-in. So just 3 minutes for the rush to try and force the issue here. That ball gets played up top, but cut out well there by Mara, but just can't find Dutcher with that ball, and they'll continue. Basilicato being hounded there by Neal, and she cuts that one out for another throw in deep. Throw in here. Carla Musso does well to tackle that away and goes back to the back line now as we've ticked over 90 minutes, and it's a good ball looking for Elliott at the back post, but ends up spinning towards the keeper, and we're into stoppage time now. And a foul given there. And the Rush not giving up on this affair yet. They could really make this an interesting finish with a goal here. That ball played well towards the back line, but Mara gets a foot to it first. And Little Boy, who's really been dominant in the midfield, definitely one of the best players on the pitch, finds an offside Bermudez. But that midfield three of Little Boy, Wienecke, and Schneider, with the runs that Cruz, Nunez, and Tesserero made today, really set up this match to be a dominant performance from the Rough Rider women. That ball played long, can't find Kyla Gallagher. And it'll be a throw in once again. And it's Buck for the Rough Riders to take it. Buck's going to throw this one long. Headed looking for Elliott, can't find her. And that ball looking to be shot up top, just can't get around it. A little boy puts that one up top, but Rough Riders hold on to possession here, and Elliott does well to win possession here, and it's an opportunity to really ice the game here. And this ball goes across from Dutcher to Neal, and here comes Phillips on a run here. Phillips is going to play a really good ball towards the back, but it's going to be cut out there by Mara, but her first touch is sloppy, but bailed out there, and Wienecke holds on. And the Rough Riders will hold on now. 2-0, their first win of the season. It's a brace for Nunez. A 4th-minute goal and a 67th minute goal separate the sides. The Rough Rider women gain their first win in UWS this season against a good Connecticut Rush side. And it is a building block game for the Rough Riders. This will be the spark that they've really needed this season to lift them up. And all credit to the changes that Stephen Rush made today, as Nunez and Cruz up top were a formidable pair in this entire Rough Rider side with their high pressing and incredible work ethic and stamina. Will cruise to their first victory of the season. And once again, your final score, the Long Island Rough Rider women victorious against the Connecticut Rush, 2-0. Thank you guys for joining us here on Game and Frame for this presentation of the Long Island Rough Riders women. Stick around for kickoff of the Long Island Rough Rider men, the top of the table Long Island Rough Rider men, as they'll get started at 8 p.m. But until then, we'll catch you in a little bit.